branded messages is really introduced to give the brands an easy way to see the improved response rates and open rates and information that they can get out of the RCS channel. If we compare branded messages to some of the other over-the-top channels, the big advantage for the end user is that there is no need to install an additional app. Your existing messaging app does this natively, directly, and there's no need to install that additional thing. From the brand's perspective, there is the added recognition and therefore trust from the end user. They will see a branded experience. They will see a logo at the top of their message. They will also see the logo in front of each text you receive. They can click on the logo and receive more information. And the end user will be able to look at those details right there in their existing messaging app on the phone. As a result, it feels much more official than just a random phone number.
When it arrives in the inbox, in your messaging inbox on the device, it immediately launches into the conversational flow without having to open into a browser and go through that additional step. And I think that's why we see the much better conversion rates with RCS compared to what we call rich SMS. With rich SMS, we deliver a link which opens in a browser and replicates the experience of RCS. The problem with this is we are now reaching a point where consumers don't trust links in SMS messages. Of course, we can put a custom domain on it, we can make sure that it's got some personalization and it looks like it's a legitimate message, but at the end of the day, it's still a link in an SMS message. And many people will maybe receive the SMS message on a signaling channel, not have a data connection available, they look at it and they think, oh, I'll look at it later. But the great thing about RCS is it's right there.
When we're talking to brands about RCS, there is a lot of concern with the brands that it's a small target audience and it's a significant investment to get from text messages to rich content. But the benefit is there. We're measuring the benefit and we're seeing that end users that have a hard time receiving SMS for various reasons are reachable via RCS. And as a result, we're seeing an uptake in conversion ratios for one-time PIN codes as well as for package delivery, rescheduling and information sharing. On OTP side, for higher level use cases whereby we're asking for feedback and two-way communication from end users, we're seeing far higher 20-30% increased responses coming from the end user.
So we ran a campaign in the run-up to Christmas 2022 for a French frozen food company. We built them a very sophisticated chatbot experience where the user was able to choose a menu, select their budget, decide if they're vegetarian or meat eaters. They were led through a conversational flow. And we saw more than half as many people went all the way through that flow versus the equivalent flow that was delivered over a link using a link in SMS messaging. More than that, we saw a much higher cart conversion. So more people clicked through to the website and overall sales were up 10%. And when you think that a similar cost of messages, this is a more expensive use case, but an additional investment in messaging is actually delivering far greater numbers on the bottom line. This explains why companies like Picard and the other companies that we built these campaigns for come back again and run campaign after campaign.
Ultimately, there are only benefits.